Good morning, everybody. Actually, is it still morning? Yeah, 10:50. Look at that. Um, so I saw today that one of my challenges was play a certain amount of black or green cards, and I kind of didn't know what deck to use today. I wasn't sure. I had a couple of different options. This is a deck I've had built for a few weeks now, even maybe a couple months at this point. It isn't that well tested. I mean, I have a whole bunch of matches against the bot, but not really that much matches against like PvP sort of thing. So I figured, you know what, let's just try it out here on the video. It said black and green. That made me think of the skeleton deck, and I said, why not? Now I say it's black green, but it's very, as you can see, overwhelmingly black. The only card that needs green is this card called Skeletal Swarming. And now this is kind of like the impetus, or whatever word it is, for this deck in the first place. Each skeleton you control has trample, attacks each combat if able, and gets plus X plus 0, where X is the number of other skeletons I control. And then also, if a skeleton died this turn, it creates two skeletons. But if nobody died, it just creates one. It's a 5 drop, which is kind of expensive, but I mean, it's a pretty good deck against the bot, so we shall see. This card kind of needs to be out to win. This is essentially our win con. Everything else is, I mean, it's skeletons. They're essentially cannon fodder, but at the same time, it's not 100% skeleton creatures. Like I have a human warlock that gives skeletons and zombies +1/+1 and menace. I also have death priest of Merkel, not Urkel, mind you. Skeletons, vampires, and zombies +1/+1, and then if a creature died this turn, I get a 1/1 skeleton again. Death Baron, I think, is the other card that is not a skeleton. Zombie Wizard. Yeah, same deal. Skeletons get 1/1 and Death Touch also, which comes in handy. Uh, my creatures are disposable, so that's why I put 2 copies of Grave Pact in the deck. I feel like more than two is kind of overkill because I mean it doesn't really stack with itself. It does and it doesn't, because like if a creature dies and I have two, it destroys 2 creatures instead of one. So I guess it does kind of stack in that regard, but yeah, just basic, skeleton staples. You've Gutterbone, Sanitarium Skeleton, 3 copies of Reassembling Skeleton as well. And I have some copies of cards from the Luris deck as well. I've Eaten Alive, Kaya's Ghost Form, Unearth, Village Rites. You recognize a lot of these cards, and the Meat Massacre also. That always is a nice card to have in my deck. Yeah, so at this point, we can say done. There's not much else to talk about. Everything else is support. I told you about all the staples. Yeah, so there we go. There we go. Cast 30 black or green spells for 750 gold. Historic play. Skeletor's Revenge. Let's do it. I've already had my coffee this morning. I'm recording this video a little later than I usually do. So we have orange juice. Okay, 1 land. Not great, but we have a couple of 1-drops, so I think we can still keep. We do go first, and I think the play is turn 1 Gutter Bones. I really wish this creature didn't enter tapped. It would be so much better. I mean, Ooh, Death Touch, too. I wonder if he blocks. I wonder. Let's attack. No, he doesn't block. That's interesting. Okay. Um, yeah, let's just play Reassembling Skeleton. Why not? So some cards are more expensive. Like this card is a 2-drop, but it's a 2-drop of the ability here to bring it back to the battlefield tapped, as opposed to Sanitarium Skeleton, which I'll explain in a second. We do not block there. Sanitarium Skeleton, it's a 1-drop, but it costs 3 to bring it to my hand. Okay, there's our green, which is promising. Do we just board wipe? I think that's what we do. You know what? Let's attack, because I want to get rid of these Death Touch guys, because I think this guy is just playing a poison deck, where he's going to have that creature that says creatures with Death Touch give poison counters. Or do I give him one more turn? Yeah, you know what? Let's give him one more turn. And I think we could cycle this Unearth, honestly. I don't think we're going to need this early, so maybe we'll draw another land here. Which is great, okay. That guarantees us we can wipe out anything up to 3 toughness. And that's, of course, 4 toughness. Okay, so yeah, this guy's just playing a mono-green toxic deck. He didn't block anything, which is interesting to me. But I think we just stay the course and we just attack again. He's gonna block one of them, which is great. Oh, that's perfect. Which means we would only have to do x equals 1 if he blocks like this. Feels like I'm back in algebra class here. Oh no, we would still have to do 2, I'm sorry. Um, let's sack you for the mana. And now, 1, 2, there. Actually, no, it made no sense to do that. That was a misplay. My math wrong. I thought I would have 2 mana left over. Hmm. That misplay might have cost me the game. Just looking at the cards in my hand here. We'd only return 1 to the battlefield. Let's play it like this. Because at least this one comes in untapped. So that way I can block if he has the card I think he has. He has to have it. This deck has to have this card. I would put IRL dollars. And there's our skeletal swarming, which I think we should just go ahead and attack and then play it. Because I don't think he's going to block. He has no reason to. He's just going to take the 1 damage, which I think both parties are fine with doing. Now, see, a creature I control died. Now, skeletal swarming, that second ability should trigger where I'm going to create 2 skeletons here. I think they do enter tapped, though. Yeah, tapped skeletons. There are already 2 ones. Okay. I think we're in a good spot. I know I say this every game. Every video, at least. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. If he's at this stage of the game, if we're at this stage of the game, and he only gave me 1 poison counter, I think that was the smart thing of him to do, is concede there. I do the same thing with my poison decks that I've featured on this channel before. You can go back and watch those if you haven't already. Um, yeah, if you kind of don't get a good 3 or 4 turns, if your opponent by turn, let's say 3 or 4, doesn't have 3 poison counters already, because there are a lot of cards in those decks that say if an opponent has 3 poison counters. So it's kind of like limiting yourself in that regard if you don't get a good start. Like, you have to kind of jumpstart it mid game. You're doing your early game stuff mid game. That's obviously putting you at a huge disadvantage. So, I think this is an okay hand to keep. I didn't explain the case of the stashed skeleton. So when it enters, I get a 2/1 skeleton, and then what you have to do, because it's a case card, you have to solve it. And to solve it, I control no suspected skeletons. So once that skeleton dies, I can solve it. I don't know if I explained that right. So first that happens, then if that skeleton dies, it goes on to this, and then I can pay the 1. I can't pay the 1, or the 2, I should say, if the middle part hasn't happened. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack. Totally fine with that. He's probably going to block. Shambling Ghast is one of the best, early game blockers I think Magic the Gathering has to offer. Because it's not meant to be an attacker. It's a 1/1 with no passive abilities. Yeah, he's going to kill the skeleton. Bloody. The non-token skeleton. He'd be dumb to kill the... Oh, he created the token. That's interesting. But he had a second land. Maybe he just really wants to play it aggressively. See, I would have killed the skeleton. Oh, he wanted to play a Pyrexian Arena. Alright, this guy's playing a really slow deck as well. So I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to play the Death Baron now, just as an aggro play, to get some damage into him. The next turn, hopefully we draw another land and play a Grave Pact. If not, at that point we can destroy the skeleton for the mana. I would be okay with that. I really don't know. Okay. We didn't get a land. And we don't have the Death Baron because of the virtue of persistence. Let's attack. He has to have a creature at some. I think we play aggressive. We play the creature. We're gonna sack that. So now that he's dead, the skeleton is now solved, quote unquote. So I can pay 2 mana to search my library for a card, put it in my hand, and then shuffle. That card is usually the black green card, the Golgari skeleton enchantment that I was mentioning earlier. But it's way too early in the game to do that now. No need to pay that mana. Oh man, come on. I need some life here. Do I search it for a land? Is that crazy? You know what? Yeah, I think we're gonna do something very unconventional. We're gonna go ahead and take a land, which is something I'm glad we can do. Do we have green mana? Actually, no, we don't. So I'm gonna take the Woodland Cemetery like that, and I'm gonna attack with everything. Now he's gonna block with the Ghast. We know that. But what's he gonna block? He's probably gonna block the Death Priest. He can't kill it. I mean, unless he has something to give it Death Touch. Okay, so that means he's going to create the treasure token because he can't kill any of my creatures with the 1/1. I don't know what he's playing. Should I bring back the Death Priest? Or the Death Baron, I should say. We have a Death Priest and a Death. Wait, Death Priest, Death Baron. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have lethal on board. I don't know. Maybe he has a Toxic Deluge? Ooh, he has his own Grave Pact. That's interesting. But it doesn't matter. He has no creatures. This is just a good game. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. 2-0. That was a weird deck. I don't know what he was playing. Whatever it was just super slow. I mean, that is pretty much the basic problem with this deck. That's its biggest weakness. It's just so slow. It has, I think I put 24 lands in there, something like that. I know for a fact it has 66 cards total, because 66 is a pretty middle number. It had 65, but I'm like, you know what? We're just going to throw an extra swamp in there. It never hurts anybody. Yeah, I go first again. Oh, you know what? Loving this, but not loving these. But you know what? I'm going to keep it because I'm going first. I have a guaranteed Gutter Bones. That'll be 2 damage turn 2, unless he has a blocker. Now, Gutter Bones has a unique way of bringing it back. I can pay 2 to bring it to my hand, but only during my turn, and only if an opponent lost life this turn. Yeah, so there we go. We can just go, boom, 2 damage. He gained life, okay. We don't have a green land yet, but it's so early in the game where I'm not concerned about that. Like, I'm not in love with this hand by any stretch, but... What the hell? Huh. This is good in a token deck. Oh, that's pretty cool, though. I like this card. Do we exile it? No. We attack. He's not going to block. There's no point. We play another Gutter Bones. And then we just end the turn. And you see, I probably should have played this a little different. I probably should have played the Phyrexian Tower last turn rather than the Swamp, because if I do draw a green land next turn, I would have been able to play the Skeletal Swarming. Ooh, you know what? That came back to bite me. That was a misplay. I should have played Phyrexian Tower. But I think what we can do is go like that. We're going to attack. He should block one of them. And then we play the Meat Hope. Nobody ever sees this card coming. I mean, I'm one of the only people who really plays it. It's not a very popular board wipe, but I like it because it winds up as an enchantment after the fact. And I'm really pissed that this guy didn't block. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do this ahead of time because that's a lot of damage that I don't want to take. Oh, dang it, he used the mana wrong. Now I can't play the Gutter Bones without killing the other one. Son of a bitch. Man, I'm I'm not on my game here today. I don't know what's going on. Making a lot of mistakes. I mean, the auto tapper isn't the best. I'll be the first one to tell you that. You always have to keep an eye out. Even if you're playing monocolored, you have to be careful of things like that. It wants to save the Pyrexian Tower by default. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and play the Skeletal Swarming now. And we might as well just play another Skeletal Swarming next turn, too. This guy only has 2 mana, by the way. I just realized that. Oh, he's highlighting it. He doesn't like that. And I had to attack. I had no choice. So now I create 2. I mean, if I play another Skeletal Swarming... See, he's targeting it. That's what it means when it, like, lights up white like that. That means he's looking at it. So he has to have removal of some sort. He's playing Selesnya, or however you pronounce it. Green-white. Okay. Invasion of Gobakon. That was a popular card when it first got printed. I'm not going to read all that, but sorry that happened. Or congratulations. What's that mean? Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and kill it first. Okay. Oh, I see what he's doing. This is just a run-of-the-mill green-white +1/+1 counter deck. Oh, he got rid of the Skeletal Swarming. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play the Giza the Hellraiser, because that will give skeletons 1/1 and menace on top of already being buffed. They have menace, so yeah, I mean, if he wants to block it, he's gonna lose a creature here. Hi, kitty. No, don't drink the orange juice. That's mine. Bye, kitty. Okay. All right, they didn't block it. I don't know what this guy has up his sleeve. If he has a board wipe, I mean, he doesn't have a enough mana for a Doomscar. He didn't foretell anything. This would have been a deck I would have thought would have a copy of Doomscar. 86 cards? Damn, this guy must have had like a 100 card deck. No wonder he's not drawing anything. Any lands. He probably only has like 30 lands. Dang, this video is going a lot better than I thought it would. I think it's because I'm playing it aggressively. Maybe that's why I'm having success here. Even with these misplays. Okay. What? Are we still recording? I hope so. I'm not gonna alt tab. Actually, should we? Let's alt tab while we're waiting. Yeah, we're still recording. I should have looked at how long we were recording. I just looked at the are we still recording area. Yeah, we'll play 1 or 2 more games. And I think I am going to record a Planet Coaster video after this, so stay tuned for that. Um, yeah, we've been on a streak with that lately. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying that series too. Again, a very good hand, very creature centric. We don't go first this game, and we do pay the life just to play the gutter bones out there like that. So we're set in terms of green for later. I probably have more green than I need in this deck, in all honesty. Um, because I have 1 card that requires 1 green, so I have 8 cards with, half green land. And we're gonna go ahead. Do we pay the life or do we just? He has first strike and lifelink. I don't like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and play the creatures like that. Next turn, maybe we don't draw Pain Land. I just learned recently that's what these are called, I think. Pain Lands, not paid lands. I made that mistake last video. I said paid lands. Duh, duh, duh. Paid. This guy also just playing regular ass green white. Saddle. What the hell is saddle? What is that? Tap any number of other creatures, power 3 or more, becomes saddled. What does that mean? Oh, when it attacks while saddled. Oh, that's not that good. Okay. Yeah, we go ahead and pay the life. We have to play the Death Baron here. We're just gonna go full bore and attack. Oh, hey, kiddies. Causing trouble. Wow, they didn't even attack. They just took that damage straight up. He only has 2 with lifelink, so I'm not that concerned. This might be the deck that does us in, though, because this is just creatures v creatures. Hopefully, I draw a 4th land and a oh, excuse me, a I forget what it's called. The card that's the purple one. That God damn it, I can't think of it. I can picture it. It's the one where whenever one of my creatures dies, my opponent has to sacrifice a creature. All right, what is this guy doing? Is this time to say your go? If the timer comes up, that's when I usually say good go. Yeah, there we go. Your go. Come on. Oh, that was cool. The little animation of the hoofs there. Okay, now I'm a little more concerned. 'Cause that's 5 with lifelink, and that's a big swing of life difference. And should I block? I have another Death Baron in my hand, so we're gonna go ahead and block that. Is he really gonna sack the Bulwark Ox just for that? No. Really? No, it doesn't have a trample, or it doesn't have a counter. That's a misplay. That was a misplay by that guy. And now the play is definitely Death Baron again for the Death Touch. And then we go like that. And then we have a blocker. So we can just go ahead and be aggressive again and just get his life total back down so it's 11 in all. Because we have a card with Death Touch for a blocker here, which is going to make him more apprehensive to attack. Now I know he has First Strike there, so that means a lot. But this doesn't have First Strike. I don't think he's going to saddle it just for the flying. This is a pretty close game, all in all. Next turn, I mean, depending on what we draw, it's going to be the Death Priest. Okay. That's not too consequential at all. He's probably just going to block with the Steed. Or, I'm sorry, attack with the Steed. He's not going to attack with the Glider. There's no way. Unless he saddles the Glider, but it makes no sense. He probably wants that lifelink as much as possible. And when it attacks while saddled, so he can't saddle it because he only has a 2 power there. So yeah, I'm just going to let that 4 damage go through. I think that's totally fine. So how to land? Is this lethal? Do we just attack with everything? No, we can't. 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. So this actually is lethal. He has to block something. So you know what? Yeah. Being aggressive has gotten us this far today. So let's make him make a move. He's obviously going to block the 4. There's no, point to blocking anything else. So at this point, he's put in a sticky situation. Okay, I mean, I have the blocker with this skeleton. Are you kidding? Oh, he could attack. He could tap the skeleton. Shit. But we still don't block. That's only 5 damage. So it's gonna be. Yeah, no, this is game. Good game. Because now we just attack. Good game. Alright. This deck has exceeded all expectations. Isn't that right, Kitty? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to call it after that game because, I mean, let's quit while we're ahead kind of thing. Hope you guys liked this video. I'm probably going to go ahead and play another game off camera just to get this little challenge here. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, play Planet Coaster. I might upload this video first before I do that. So just keep an eye out for everything. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and goodbye.